Yeah, good afternoon folks, out for the first bit of a hunt this afternoon. I'm out with Mark, he's just over there, and Sergio and Dale are in the bush over there somewhere. I've got my first find of the day, and I just popped it up here at the base of this big old Angofra tree. And you can see there, it's an Australian Military Forces coat button. Still got the shank on the back, which is pretty sweet, but that as far as first finds go, that's an absolute pearler. Alright, let's kick on. Alright folks, got a 37 right up against this old tree here. I seem to have popped out my first coin of the hunt, and it looks like a penny. I'm going to go with the Skippy, and it looks like it's a 1944 Skippy penny. Alright, let's keep going. Alright folks, my next dig's a 35, and I've just popped it out. It looks to be a badge or something similar. It's got a skier on it, and it says Mount Kosciuszko at the bottom of it. Just looking at it, it might be out of the one of those decorative spoons. For the Americans or people who are not from Australia, Mount Kosciuszko, Australia's tallest mountain. It's about the same height as Denver, so not a particularly impressively tall mountain, but this is quite nice. Got the enamels mostly intact, so there's no way I can see that it was attached to anything on the back, so I'm assuming it was out of a spoon or out of a keyring or something like that. Alright, let's kick on. Alright folks, my next target's a 34, and I've just had a general work button pop out of this fairly shallow hole, and you can see it there. So generally worn on a shirt or something similar. Military button, but just a general work button. Things you haven't seen so far, I've found a fair bit of ammunition. You've seen those before, so I haven't bothered. I will show them in the roundup, but I'm just not going to waste your time while you're having your morning cup of coffee watching this stellar video. I'm not going to waste your time with some MP303 cartridges. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, so Sergio's just picked himself up one of the best finds you can find in Militaria. That's an Australia shoulder flash. If you have a look, what's even more impressive is it's managed to retain both of its eyelets on the back. It's got a very slight bend, so these actually went on the uniforms and they went up on the shoulder, around about there on the epaulette. So that's an absolutely awesome find, mate. You don't find them not crushed up or not or with both their lugs. That's an absolutely pearler find.
Thanks, bro.
Okay folks, so just so you can see what I'm working with here, I've got this cliff face right here, and it sort of drops away down to your death down there. I was sort of following this channel that runs down through the rock here, and right down deep underneath one of these rocks, right at the edge of this overhang, I've unearthed what appears to be a penny. And it's an old Brit. And I think that's King Edward on the back, so she's not that old, but it's an old Brit. I'll see if I can get you a date. I don't know if you can see that, because I certainly can't. And for those that are interested, on the Safari, that was a 36. Alright, so we're working in this old World War II area, and Nathan's just pulled up what looks to be a medal bar. So for those who aren't aware, these are worn in lieu of your medals, generally on dress uniform. It's still got the fabric on it. Look at that, that's beautiful. So with a bit of research, Nathan will be able to tell what the medals were awarded for, whether it's a World War II veteran that's returned or whether it's a World War I set. So that's a 2-medal bar, and he's also picked up the plate. Had a little bit of red fabric attached to it for the one that went above it, I'm assuming. It would have gone above it in the centre like that. So that's a pretty cool find, especially with the fabric still on it. That's freaking awesome, actually. Alright, mate. Alright folks, my next find's a 37. I'm working at the base of these big rocks. I'm working on the theory that if someone was up there and dropped something, it'd end up down here. And this one has. It was quite a deep hole right in underneath the rock there. But I've pulled out this penny. It's been in the ground a while, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. But there it is there. It's Queen Elizabeth's head. on the coin. So it's going to be a Skippy penny. It's going to be a fairly recent one, so we're talking 1960s or thereabouts. I can't see a date on that, but I'll do it at the roundup and you'll get a look at it then. Righto, let's keep going. Okay folks, still working my way through the scrub here. Got a 33 and quite a shallow hole. You can see a penny's just popped out. Queen Elizabeth, so it's going to be a 1960s or very late 50s, and you can see there it's a 1962. A 1962 penny. Alright, let's keep going. Alright folks, my next target's a 35, and you don't know if you can see it with this light, but just tucked underneath this root, just here, I'm just going to bring it slowly forward, dig it out of there. You can see I've got my first silver of the night. And give a bit of a rub. Go up. I'll bring it out of there. We've got ourselves, appears to be a 1950s. Looks like a 1951. Threepence. Excellent, first silver of the night. Let's keep going. Yeah, alright folks, it's not over yet. Same hole. Got another signal in there. I've got what appears to be a sixpence down here. Bring it out. It is, it's an older one. And I'll just give it a rub on the pants leg. See if we can get a date for you there folks. There you go, 1944. There you go, 1944 sixpence. So a threepence and a sixpence, same hole. Sweet as. Alright, let's keep going. Alright folks, my next target's a 38. It's about 30 seconds after the last one. And you can see that spider gently making his way out. We'll let him go. But down here in the hole, I've just popped out what appears to be another sixpence. I'll just try and clean the front off a little bit so you can have a look at it. There we go. Rub it on my pants. There we go there. So we've got a 1940. Looks to it. 1940 sixpence. Excellent. So that's the silvers are coming now. Excellent. Alright, let's keep going. Alright folks, next target's a 33. Right up against these rocks just here. And looks like I've popped a halfpenny out of the hole. Was in there with the ring pull, which I've since disposed of. It's Commonwealth of Australia half. And I can't... I've got it upside down there, I can tell you that much. But I can't get a date off it in the dark like this, folks, so you can see it in the roundup. Alright, haven't got long left here, we might head for home soon. We're going to keep on going for a bit though. Alright, let's go. Alright folks, still going. Got a 36. And down in this hole, there was a rock over there, but I've just popped a penny. As you can see, it's sitting at the back here. Pull it out, give it a bit of a clean, and I'll have a look at it, eh? She's quite gungy. I can tell you that it's a rue penny. I can't see a date offhand. 1940 something. Alright, let's keep going, eh? Alright folks, next target's at 35. And in this hole just here was a toothpaste lid and a halfpenny. Give it a bit of a scrub, see what we've got. Okay, we've got a Commonwealth of Australia halfpenny, and it looks like 1918. Excellent. Let's keep going. Okay folks, my next target's a 37. Really quite shallow, just tucked in here in amongst the weeds and the leaf litter. And you can see I've got myself another penny. It's a rue penny. And you can probably see it there, 1957. We've got a 1957 rue penny. Excellent. Let's keep going, eh? Okay folks, I've got a 38. If I just swivel to my left, that disturbance just there is the plug where that previous penny came out of. I just swivel my body to the right, and then down in here, you can actually see just here my target, which is another penny. Excellent. And it's another Roo penny, and this time it's a 1961 Roo. Sweet. Let's keep going. Alright folks, we'll just go through the finds from yesterday evening. I haven't got into the other guys' stuff here. Nathan found some nice stuff. Sergio found himself a nice Australia shoulder title, but this is just my stuff. We'll start up back here with the pennies and half pennies. I ended up with seven pennies all up, and it was a smattering of 1940s through to 1960s, with the exception of that 1907 Brit penny, which was found in quite an interesting position off the edge of a cliff. Couple of half pennies, both of them the Commonwealth of Australia. I think one's 1928 and one is 1933 or 38. The silver coins, I've given them a bit of a clean. So we've got a 1940 and a 1944S. I'll just pull that up for you to have a look at. So when I say 44S, it's a San Francisco mint mark, and you can see that under the scroll directly between the 9 and the 4 there's a little S which denotes San Francisco. So we've also got the 1940 and a 1951 threepence. As far as spending money goes, 50 cents. 1 and 2 cent pieces, we don't really bother with those. And over here to the militaria items, you saw this this coat button come out. It's a Australian Military Forces coat button, circa World War II. I've given it a little kiss, unfortunately, or smacked it with something on the way through. A couple of general workwear buttons. The Mount Kosciuszko skiers medallion, I suppose. I think it goes inside a spoon or something like that. And our ammunition finds. And we've got 3 different types here. Obviously we've got our 303, which is the standard Lee Enfield rifle round. We've got a 45 ACP, which was used in the Thompson submachine gun. We've got a couple of 9mm, which we used in the Owen submachine gun. And if I flick them up, you can get a bit of a look at the head stamps, and you can see a build date of 1941 on the bottom of that one. Another build date of 1941, I'll rotate it around so it's the right way up. 1948 there, sorry, 1941 there, as is the other one. And then these don't have a build date on them, but they're made by the WRA Co. And you can see 45 ACP down the bottom there. And same with the 9mm. You can see the words 9mm and again WRA, which is the manufacturer. Alright, that concluded a fairly fun hunt. Started off in daylight and went through into the dark, pushing through the bush and seeing what we can find. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, hit like. If you're not already a subscriber, best you get on that, hit that button. Alright folks, talk to you later.